3 eggs a day. Your doctor probably told you to avoid them. Your wife may be worried about your cholesterol. But what if I told you that those 3 eggs could make the difference between waking up twice at night to urinate and sleeping through the night? Between feeling like a shadow of the man you used to be and regaining the vitality you thought you had lost forever? Gentlemen, we need to talk about what's really happening inside your prostate and why the most powerful tool you have might be in your refrigerator right now. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, and I've spent over 2 decades helping men over 50 take back control of their health. Today, I'm going to explain to you the science that your doctor never explained. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to share the exact egg combination strategy that supports stronger erections, smoother urinary flow, and energy that doesn't crash at 2 p.m. And I want you to tell me in the comments, have you been avoiding eggs because of what you were told years ago? Let's start with something that most men completely get wrong. You probably believe that protein is protein. Steak, chicken, eggs, fish, all the same, right? Your body absorbs everything the same way, uses everything with the same efficiency. Wrong. Deeply wrong. And that mistake could be costing you your vitality every day without you realizing it. Here's what your body knows that you don't. When you eat a steak, your digestive system goes into heavy-duty mode. That meat was designed by nature for movement. Dense fibers, tough connective tissue, structures built to flex, contract, support weight. Your stomach needs to produce huge amounts of acid. Your intestines work for hours breaking down those stubborn fibers. And even after all that effort, even after your body expends precious energy in the digestive process, only about 80% of that protein is actually absorbed by your body. You are losing 20% of what you paid for. 20% of the investment you made in your health simply passes through your system without being utilized. But an egg is something completely different. An egg was designed by nature with an extraordinary purpose: to build an entire living creature from a single microscopic cell. Think about that for a moment. From a single cell to a complete organism with bones, muscles, organs, a nervous system, feathers, a beak, eyes that see. All of this comes from within that shell. An egg is a self-sufficient life support system. Every amino acid that exists, every building block that your body could need, is right there inside, in absolutely perfect proportion. Scientists have a measure for this. They call it biological value. It's a number that indicates how much of the protein you eat actually becomes part of your body. And eggs reach almost 100%, practically perfect. This means that every gram of protein you consume from an egg works actively within you. Nothing wasted, nothing lost, maximum efficiency. And this is where it gets serious, folks. When I talk about protein and muscle building, I'm not just talking about biceps and chests. I'm not talking about appearance or lifting weights at the gym. I'm talking about something much more fundamental to your quality of life. I'm talking about the smooth muscle that lines your blood vessels, that delicate tissue that needs to relax to allow blood to flow freely. I'm talking about the pelvic floor muscles, that complex network of fibers that supports your prostate and bladder in place like an invisible safety net. I am talking about the subtle tissues that control your urinary flow, which determine whether you go to the bathroom easily or with effort. And yes, I am talking about the tissues that control your erectile function, your ability to respond when the moment matters. These tissues are not eternal. They suffer microscopic damage every day. Every time you sit for hours, every time inflammation runs through your body, every time the stress of modern life attacks your cells. And these tissues need to be constantly repaired. High-quality egg protein is exactly the repair kit that these tissues are begging for. It is the perfect building material, delivered in a way that your body instantly recognizes and uses immediately. Many men come to me in the office and describe a strange sensation, a feeling of heaviness in the pelvic area that wasn't there before. A recovery after intimacy that takes longer than it used to. A fatigue that seems to come from within, not from lack of sleep. This is your body sending a clear signal. It is saying, I need better raw materials. I need the right material to rebuild myself. Eggs provide exactly that. Quick, clean, and complete. No waste, no excessive digestive effort, no nutrients lost along the way. Now we need to talk about energy, because this is another point where most men are completely in the dark. If you have been relying on lean chicken breasts, isolated egg whites, and lean meats to maintain your health, I need you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say now. Lean meat provides protein, yes, but it provides almost no usable fuel for your day. Your body can convert only about 10 to 20% of that protein into real energy that you can use to live, work, think, move. The rest goes to tissue repair for sure, but it won't fuel your activities. It won't give you the disposition to face your routine. Eggs are fundamentally different, and the reason lies in what many men have been taught to fear: the yolk. Those golden, creamy, rich fats are not your enemy. They are your secret advantage. With whole eggs, your body can convert approximately 2/3 of what you eat directly into usable fuel, real energy, energy that you feel. That means waking up without that fog. It means getting to mid-morning still functioning at high capacity. It means not having to rush for coffee or a sugary snack at 11 o'clock because you're drained. It means constant, predictable, reliable energy. The kind of energy you had at 30 and thought you would never feel again. And here's the connection that most men simply don't realize because no one has explained it to them. Stable energy means stable blood sugar. No spikes, no crashes. Without that metabolic roller coaster that happens when you eat refined carbohydrates or processed snacks. Stable blood sugar means healthy insulin levels. When your insulin is balanced, it does its job without wreaking havoc. But when you bombard your body with sugar, insulin spikes, and chronically elevated insulin causes damage you can't even imagine. One of those damages is directly to your sexual function. Elevated insulin destroys nitric oxide. That's the magic molecule your body needs to relax blood vessels. It's the chemical signal that tells your vessels, open up, let the blood flow. Without enough nitric oxide, the vessels remain constricted. Blood doesn't flow properly. And without proper blood flow, there's no erection. It's that simple. When you spike your insulin with sugary snacks, sodas, white bread, cookies, you are literally sabotaging your own performance ability. You are destroying with your own hands the molecule you need to function as a man. Eggs break this vicious cycle. They keep you satisfied for hours. They eliminate those sugar cravings that appear out of nowhere. They support natural weight loss, without hunger, without suffering. And this matters deeply because every pound of abdominal fat you lose relieves physical pressure on your prostate. Every pound less helps maintain healthier levels of testosterone circulating in your blood. The result? Better libido. Morning erections that come back, easier, more complete urine flow. Everything is connected in a complex network, and eggs are the key that unlocks multiple doors at the same time. Now let me share something truly fascinating that most people are completely unaware of. Egg white is not just a source of protein. It is an antibacterial shield designed by nature over millions of years of evolution. Think about the original context. An egg contains a developing embryo. A chick that is growing, completely vulnerable, without a formed immune system, unable to defend itself against microscopic invaders. The egg white has evolved to be the first line of defense for this defenseless being. It contains specialized proteins that can break through the cell walls of invading bacteria. It contains compounds that deprive harmful microorganisms of the iron they need to survive and multiply. Why does this matter to you, an adult man? Because low-grade bacterial irritation is one of the most common and overlooked causes of prostate discomfort. I'm not talking about a declared infection. I'm talking about that subtle presence of bacteria that does not cause fever or dramatic symptoms, but keeps your prostate constantly irritated, inflamed, uncomfortable. When you regularly consume boiled eggs, you introduce these gentle protective compounds into your system. They are not aggressive antibiotics. They are natural defenders that support your body's barriers, helping to soothe chronic irritations and create a less hospitable internal environment for unwanted invaders. And before you ask, yes, you may have heard that egg whites block the absorption of biotin, an important vitamin. This is true, but only for raw egg whites, and only if you are consuming huge amounts of them. The cooking process completely neutralizes this concern. So scramble your eggs, fry them, make an omelet, poach them, however you prefer. When cooked, this concern disappears entirely. Now let's address something that men rarely think about until the symptoms are already advanced: muscle loss. You probably know that you lose muscle mass in your arms and legs as you age. Everyone knows someone who has become weaker, thinner, less capable over the years. But what no one tells you is that you also lose muscle in the pelvic floor area. These invisible muscles perform crucial tasks every day without you realizing it. They support your prostate in the correct position. They help completely empty your bladder so you don't have that feeling that there's always something left. They are responsible for trapping blood during an erection, maintaining firmness for as long as necessary. When these muscles weaken, you feel it. You feel it in the flow that is no longer as strong. You feel it in the occasional leaks that never happened before. You feel it in the firmness that is not the same anymore. You feel it in the need to go to the bathroom more often during the night. The biochemical signal that your body needs to receive to maintain this muscle, to rebuild it, to strengthen it, is an amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the main switch, the on button. Without enough leucine in your diet, your body simply does not get the message to invest resources in muscle maintenance. It allows the muscle to atrophy because it sees no reason to keep it. Eggs are exceptionally rich in leucine. Every egg you eat sends this signal to your body. Maintain the muscle, rebuild the fibers, invest in maintenance. If you have noticed weaker flow, if there are leaks that embarrass you, if you don't feel as firm as before, this is exactly the support your body is desperately asking for. The leucine from eggs keeps your pelvic floor strong and functional. It improves your bladder control. It helps preserve muscle mass throughout the body, which in turn keeps your metabolism functioning healthily. A healthy metabolism makes weight control easier, and weight control directly influences your prostate health. Again, everything is connected. Here's a part that almost no one discusses, not even well-intentioned health professionals. Eggs contain an extraordinary trio of nutrients: choline, vitamin B12, and folate. These three work together to support a fundamental biochemical process called methylation. Methylation is a technical term, I know, but think of it simply as your body's internal repair and maintenance team. It is the process that repairs damaged DNA before it causes problems. It is the mechanism that eliminates old hormones that have already fulfilled their function, cleansing the system. It is the factory that produces the neurotransmitters that control your mood, your mental focus, your energy levels, your motivation. When methylation slows down, and it naturally slows down with age, you feel the effects everywhere. Brain fog that didn't exist before, fatigue that doesn't improve even with sleep, a sex drive that seems to have evaporated, a prostate that feels constantly irritated, heavy, uncomfortable. What many men don't know is that a significant percentage of the population has genetic variations that make their methylation naturally slower. You may have this tendency and never have discovered it. The symptoms are too vague for a clear diagnosis, but too real to ignore. Eggs provide your body with the essential building blocks to keep this system functioning optimally. Choline supports both your brain and liver simultaneously. Vitamins B12 and folate keep your nerves functioning accurately and help your cells recover properly from daily damage. Time and again, my patients report feeling mentally clearer after making eggs a consistent daily habit. They report more energy with no apparent explanation. They say that their thinking flows better, that motivation has returned, and that they feel more like themselves. This quiet internal maintenance helps balance hormones and calm systemic inflammation, creating a much more favorable internal environment for your prostate and robust sexual performance. Egg yolks hold yet another secret. They contain two powerful antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin. You have probably heard that these compounds are excellent for your eye health. That is true. But what you haven't heard is that they also provide significant protection for your prostate. Your prostate lives under constant oxidative stress. The modern diet, filled with processed oils and sugars, generates free radicals. Sitting for hours, as most of us do, reduces circulation and allows for the accumulation of damage. The chronic stress of contemporary life keeps stress hormones elevated, which in turn generates more cellular oxidation. The lutein and zeaxanthin from eggs travel through your bloodstream and are directly incorporated into prostate cells and the walls of blood vessels. Once there, they neutralize unstable molecules that cause irritation and progressive damage. The result is less chronic inflammation, better local circulation, a much healthier environment for the normal functioning of the prostate. And this same antioxidant protection extends to the delicate blood vessels you need for strong and reliable erections. Protected blood vessels respond better. They dilate when they should dilate. They allow the flow that needs to happen. Now, not all eggs are created equal, and this matters more than you think. Conventional supermarket eggs, those from hens raised in cramped cages, come from stressed, sick birds that are fed exclusively cheap corn and soy. These eggs contain high amounts of omega-6 fats, which are pro-inflammatory. exactly the opposite of what you need if you are trying to take care of your prostate health. Eggs from cage-free hens seem like a better alternative on the label. But the reality is that these hens are still confined in closed barns, without seeing natural light, without access to diverse foods. The nutritional difference compared to cage eggs is honestly minimal. What you really want to look for are eggs from free-range chickens, with genuine access to pasture, sunlight, and a natural diet that includes insects, seeds, and varied vegetation. These chickens produce eggs with significantly higher concentrations of vitamin D, essential for your immunity and bone health. They produce eggs rich in vitamin K2, crucial for keeping calcium out of your arteries and in your bones where it belongs. Both of these vitamins are fundamental for healthy arteries and a well-functioning prostate. Organic eggs are also excellent because they ensure feed free from pesticides and chemicals that could accumulate in your body over time. But let me be clear about something important. If free-range chicken eggs are not available in your area or do not fit your budget right now, do not let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Any egg, even the most basic from the supermarket, is infinitely better than a processed breakfast full of sugar, refined flour, and industrial oils. The most important thing is consistency. It's about eating eggs every day, not eating perfect eggs occasionally. To maximize the power of your eggs, combine them strategically with the right foods. Spinach and other dark leafy greens are ideal partners. Your body converts compounds from these leaves directly into nitric oxide, and the fats present in the yolks dramatically increase the absorption of the antioxidants from the greens. This simple combination, eggs with spinach, supports stronger blood flow throughout your body. Tomatoes are another powerful partner. The lycopene found in tomatoes is scientifically recognized as a true superfood for the prostate. And when you cook tomatoes together with eggs, the lycopene becomes much more bioavailable, much easier for your body to absorb and utilize. Avocado adds fiber that feeds your beneficial gut bacteria and healthy fats that prolong satiety. This combination further stabilizes blood sugar and supports sustained energy for hours. A simple touch that makes a surprising difference: black pepper. It contains a compound called piperine that dramatically increases the absorption of almost all the nutrients you eat with it. A generous pinch of freshly ground black pepper can multiply the benefits of your meal. Cook your eggs in extra virgin olive oil or quality butter. These are stable fats that do not degrade into harmful compounds when heated and offer their own anti-inflammatory and nutritious benefits. The simple habit that changes everything for most men is this: consuming up to 3 eggs a day. This is the ideal point that balances maximum benefits with practicality. You can spread them throughout the day if you prefer, 1 at breakfast, 2 at lunch, or you can enjoy them all together in a hearty morning meal that will carry you through to noon without hunger. The real secret is not in the preparation method or the timing. The secret lies in relentless consistency. Making this a daily habit, not an occasional exception. It is the repetition day after day that allows your body to accumulate the benefits and achieve the changes you seek. Many of my patients report transformations they themselves did not expect. Bathroom visits that become easier, more complete, less urgent. Nights of sleep interrupted less frequently, sometimes for the first time in years. A more consistent, stronger, more satisfying urinary flow. And yes, a more reliable, more consistent performance during moments of intimacy. This is not magic, it's not a miracle. It's not an internet exaggeration. It's simply your body finally receiving the raw materials it has been missing for years, perhaps decades. It's your organism having the necessary resources to do the maintenance and repair work it has always wanted to do, but couldn't due to lack of material. Your next step is simple. If what I shared today resonated with you, if something here made sense in a way that previous explanations never did, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me which benefit surprised you the most. Have you been avoiding eggs because of outdated advice you received years ago? Advice based on science that has already been surpassed? I read every comment personally. If you found real value here, click the like button. Share this video with a friend, a brother, a parent who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to the Harmonique Health Seniors channel because your health doesn't have to inevitably decline. You are not broken. You have not passed your prime. You are just short on resources, and now you know where to find them.